Meet Kwame. He is navigating the noise, the energy, and the endless commerce of the Makola market. He has saved up some money, and he is looking for a place to invest it. Look at the sheer density of these market stalls. This is Auntie Ama's textile business. She sells physical goods, makes a steady profit every single day, and puts cash right in her pocket. Buying a share of her stall means buying a piece of today's reliable cash flow. Then there is Essie. She doesn't have a storefront at all. She sits on an empty crate with a laptop, organizing a fleet of delivery riders for her new mobile app. Right now, Essie's app loses money every single month to keep those bikes running. Ama's stall, on the other hand, brings in steady profits. So why would anyone choose to hand their hard-earned savings to the business that is currently bleeding cash? Kwame is looking for a seed. He is willing to pay a premium today because he believes this small idea will eventually grow into a massive oak tree. Watch this map. Auntie Ama's customer base is limited by physical foot traffic, but Essie's digital network reaches anyone with a smartphone. These glowing points represent the business's room to run, the total number of potential users. Investors call this the total addressable market, or TAM. Investors hunting for rapid expansion need a massive market. A company needs plenty of space to grow if it is going to double its sales year after year without running out of new customers. A tiny app with zero profits today can eventually outscale a thriving, cash-rich local storefront, but only if it targets a multinational audience. Eventually, Essie's app completes enough deliveries to generate a real profit, but when Kwame asks for his share, Essie refuses to pay him a dividend. She doesn't even pay herself a salary. Instead, she plows every single cent directly back into the business. She buys faster servers, hires more developers, and adds more bikes to her fleet. This photograph shows Jeff Bezos. For 2 decades, Amazon reported practically zero profit, reinvesting all revenue into warehouses and cloud computing. Analysts heavily criticized the company, calling it a massive charity run for the benefit of consumers. But the people who bought the stock early and held on while the company built that infrastructure captured immense wealth. Giving up the safety of an immediate cash payout is the price you pay. To construct an operation so large, it becomes nearly impossible for competitors to catch up. Kwame might still feel nervous when he sees Essie spending $100 on advertising just to convince one person to download her free app. From the outside, it looks like reckless spending. This scale explains why it works. If it costs $100 to get a customer through the door, but that customer stays for 5 years and spends $1,000 over their lifetime, the initial cost is actually a bargain. However, building that engine is dangerous. If Essie burns through her funding before those users start generating enough money, the company fails, and the stock price goes to zero. Even if the company thrives, the stock price itself is highly sensitive to expectations. If investors expect 50% growth and Essie only delivers 30%, the stock price can collapse overnight, regardless of the business's actual health. Chasing exponential returns requires a strong stomach. You have to be willing to watch your investment drop by half during a bad quarter and still hold your ground without panic selling. Look at this skyline years later. Essie's initial gamble worked. Her delivery fleet and software have matured into the logistics backbone supporting this entire modern city. The high price Kwame paid early on proved to be a bargain. He priced in the future scale of the network, rather than the humble reality of a laptop on a crate. Before you buy, check your map. Make sure the company is targeting a massive total addressable market, that TAM we discussed, while maintaining consistent growth and a management team obsessed with reinvestment. Putting your money behind a business like this is an act of optimism. You are trusting that visionaries and builders will continue to pull society forward. When you learn to identify these seeds, you step out of the crowd. You stop being a passive observer of the economy, and you become an active participant in building a more connected, efficient world.